The Korean Mafia insisted on feeding her because she was pregnant. Part 2. Jiyoon didn't sleep much that night. The question kept circling in her mind like a shadow she couldn't escape. Why would someone like him care about someone like me? By morning, she still didn't have an answer, but she was going to get one. Min-jun arrived as usual just before noon. A quiet knock, a pause, then the door opened. He stepped inside carrying a bag. Today's meal. Jiyoon was already sitting at the table, waiting, watching him. "You're early," he said, placing the bag down. I couldn't sleep. He didn't respond. Just unpacked the containers one by one. Rice, soup, side dishes, fruit. Everything looked perfect. Too perfect. Min-jun. He paused. It was the first time she had said his name like that. Firm, direct. "I need you to tell me the truth." He didn't turn around. "You should eat first." No. The word came out stronger than she expected. "I'm serious," she continued. "You took me in. You're feeding me. You're controlling everything around me, and I don't even know why." Silence. The air felt heavier. Slowly, Min-jun turned to face her. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then he walked over and pulled out a chair, sitting across from her. That alone surprised her. He never sat. "You really want to know?" he asked. "Yes." His eyes held hers for a long second. Then, "You were in the wrong place." Jiyoon frowned. "What does that mean?" "The night you collapsed," he said, "we were there for someone else." Her stomach tightened. Someone else. A man. The way he said it made her uneasy. "Who?" Min-jun didn't answer directly. "Someone who owes us a lot of money." Jiyoon's fingers curled slightly on the table. "And..." He ran. A chill ran down her spine. "And I just happened to be there?" she asked quietly. "Yes, that's it." No. The single word made her breath catch. Min-jun leaned back slightly, his expression unreadable. "You weren't just there," he continued. "You were outside that building for hours." Jiyoon's mind raced. She remembered that night. Waiting. Hoping. "I was looking for someone," she said slowly. "The father..." Her eyes widened. "How do you..." "We know everything about the people we deal with." The realization hit her like cold water. The man who abandoned her. He wasn't just a coward. He was involved with them. Her voice trembled. "So this is because of him?" "In a way." Jiyoon felt her chest tighten. "So what? You feel guilty?" she snapped, anger rising. "Because I got caught up in your world?" Min-jun's gaze didn't waver. "No." That answer surprised her. "Then what is it?" she demanded. For the first time since she met him, Min-jun hesitated. It was brief, almost unnoticeable. But Jiyoon saw it, and it changed something. "You were starving," he said finally. She blinked. "What?" "You hadn't eaten properly in days." "That's not your problem. It is when it affects something else." Her brows furrowed. "What do you mean?" Min-jun's eyes shifted, just slightly, toward her stomach. Jiyoon froze. "No," she whispered. "Yes." Her heart started pounding. "You're not helping me," she said slowly. "You're helping the baby." "That's correct." The words hit harder than she expected. For a moment, she couldn't speak. "So, I'm just..." She swallowed, her voice breaking. "A responsibility." Min-jun didn't answer, and that silence said everything. Jiyoon laughed, but there was no humor in it. "I knew it," she said, shaking her head. "I knew something like this had to be behind it." She pushed her chair back slightly. For a second, I thought maybe..." She stopped herself. Min-jun watched her carefully. "Thought what?" She looked away. "Nothing." "Say it." Jiyoon clenched her jaw. "I thought maybe you cared about me." The words hung in the air. Heavy, vulnerable, dangerous. Min-jun didn't react right away. And that hurt more than if he had laughed. "Eat your food," he said quietly. That was it. No denial. No confirmation. Just distance. June didn't touch the food. Not that day. Not even when he told her to. Not even when he came back later and saw the tray untouched. "You need to eat." "I'm not hungry." "That's not true." I said I'm not hungry. Her voice cracked. Min Jun stepped closer, his expression hardening slightly. This isn't about you anymore. June stood up suddenly. Exactly, she snapped. It's not about me at all, is it? Her eyes filled with tears. She couldn't hold back anymore. You don't see me, she said, her voice shaking. You don't care about me. I'm just, what? A container? A responsibility? Something you have to protect because of your business. Min Jun didn't move, but something in his eyes shifted. You're wrong, he said. No, I'm not. You are. Then prove it. The words came out before she could stop them. Silence followed. Deep, uncomfortable. Min Jun looked at her, not like before, not cold or distant, but like he was thinking, struggling, and that alone made her heart race. You don't understand the situation, he said finally. Then make me understand. Another pause. Then, he's not just anyone, Min Jun said. Ji-eun's breath caught. The father. Her stomach dropped. What about him? Min Jun's jaw tightened slightly. He belongs to us. The words were quiet, but they hit like thunder. Ji-eun felt like the ground had disappeared beneath her. What? He works under us, Min Jun continued. Or he did. Her hands started shaking. No, that's not possible. He ran, Min Jun said. With our money. Everything suddenly made sense. The disappearance. The fear in his eyes that last day. The way he refused to answer her calls. He left because of you, she whispered. No, Min Jun said firmly. He left because of himself. Ji-eun's breathing became uneven. And now, she asked, what happens when you find him? Min Jun didn't answer. He didn't need to. Ji-eun slowly sat back down. Her legs felt weak. And the baby? Min Jun looked at her. For now, it stays safe. For now, she repeated. That depends on him. Her chest tightened painfully. So everything depends on a man who already abandoned us? Yes. Tears streamed down her face now, uncontrollably. Do you even hear yourself? She whispered. You're telling me my child's life depends on someone who didn't even care enough to stay? Min Jun's expression didn't change, but his voice did, softer. It depends on us finding him. Ji-eun shook her head, overwhelmed. This wasn't kindness. This wasn't safety. This was something else entirely. Something complicated. Something dangerous. And yet, she looked at the untouched food in front of her, then back at him. Then why do you keep coming? She asked quietly. Min Jun didn't hesitate this time. To make sure you eat. That's not an answer. It is... No, it's not, she said, her voice rising again. You could send anyone. You could just leave food here and go. But you don't. You stay. You watch. You make sure I finish everything. Her heart pounded. Why? For the first time, Min Jun didn't have an immediate answer. And that terrified him more than anything. Because deep down, he knew the truth. He just didn't want to say it. Ji-eun watched him closely, waiting, hoping, fearing. And then, very quietly, Min Jun spoke. Because no one made sure you did before. Her breath caught. The room went completely still. What? She whispered. His gaze softened just slightly. I saw you that night, he said. Not just collapsed. Before that. Ji-eun couldn't move. You were sitting outside, he continued, holding your stomach, trying to act like you were fine. Her eyes filled again. You kept telling yourself you didn't need help. Her voice broke. How do you know that? Because I've seen it before. The words were heavy with something she couldn't quite understand, and I wasn't going to ignore it. Ji-eun stared at him. Her heart felt like it was breaking and healing at the same time. No man, she whispered, tears falling freely now, has ever treated me like this before. Min Jun didn't respond, but this time he didn't look away. Eat, he said softly, not as an order, but as something else, something closer to care. And slowly, Ji-eun picked up the spoon again,